why I am anti-steroids. So, first off, disclaimer here, I am in no way, shape, or form ever going to try to dictate morality to anyone. We live in a society where it's okay to drink pot and smoke beer. That's a joke. Um, and, you know, with that in mind, I am certainly not going to sit here and try to tell people, oh, you need to be drug free, or, one drug is worse than another drug. How can I sit here and tell you that steroids are worse than, smoking pot or smoking cigarettes or drinking beer? I can't. And certainly, I'm not going to sit here and talk about how the media portrays things either. The media thinks it's cool that, Hollywood celebrities do cocaine and stuff. And so, with that in mind, I'm never going to make a moral stance on this. Now, that being said, where I do care is about cheating. So, if you play a sport and that sport has rules and that sport says you can't use steroids, don't use them. Okay, follow the rules. If you want to play a sport, you have to follow the rules of that sport. And it's just that simple. It's not about, oh my gosh, it's so wrong that people are doing such and such or anything like that. If you want to play hockey, don't cross-check people. You get a 2-minute penalty. Uh, it's just follow the rules, okay? So I'm not condoning anything here, but I will say that if you don't play a sport, if you're not in a drug-tested sport, if I don't know, you're just taking them for vanity or something, uh, I am not going to judge you. I'm not going to give you a moral judgment. You do what you do, and that's up to you. Okay. That being said, um, I'm still anti-steroids, and my personal reason for that is because you don't know what you're getting most of the time. Now, I am not speaking about testosterone replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy. I am not talking about the things that people get from their endocrinologist. In no way, shape, or form am I giving any medical advice here, nor am I commenting on therapeutic medical usage of testosterone. No, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who are buying stuff off the black market, buying underground lab products, buying things online, buying things from shady people. This is my issue. My issue is that the potential for harm outweighs any potential benefit that someone could gain. Uh, if you know anything about even reading the research, which is actually what I am always coming back to, guys. If you don't like research, you're gonna hate me. But the reality of it is that a lot of times they're tainted. A lot of the research out there shows that they are either tainted or fake. So people will buy something and they think it's, oxandrolone, and it turns out to be something else. Uh, a lot of different products and compounds are fake. Some of them contain no active ingredient at all. Sometimes they're overdosed. So you think you're taking 10 milligrams of something and it's actually like 20 milligrams, which of course has the potential to harm someone. And I'm going to share a story. So I actually had a friend who ended up in the hospital with cholestatic hepatitis. And I was like, I've never heard of that. What's going on here? And he was near death. And when he got out, I was like, what the hell happened, dude? Well, he apparently thought he was taking something called Anavar, and it turned out that what he purchased, even though it said Anavar on the package, was actually methyl 1 testosterone. And if you understand methylated steroids, 17-AA compounds, they are liver toxic. So he was taking a very large dose of what he thought was Anavar, which is a mild drug, and it turned out that he was actually taking methyl 1 testosterone, and it made him really sick. I think it happened in like less than a week. So I don't know what his dosage was, um, but the bottom line is that he wasn't taking what he thought he was taking. So my stance has always been that steroids have a risk that really just isn't worth it. Um, the question you have to ask yourself is, do I need to take steroids to reach my goal? And don't get me wrong, if your goal is to walk onto the stage of the Olympia, you're going to have to do some things to get there. And that's just the way it is. You are not going to walk on the stage of the Olympia without taking something to get to that size. But most guys aren't trying to get there. Most guys are trying to get to like a David Beckham or Brad Pitt looking physique. They're not trying to get to be Kai Green or Phil Heath. If you're trying to get to be Kai Green or Phil Heath, you do you. But the bottom line is, you certainly don't need steroids to get lean like, Brad Pitt in Fight Club, or, I don't know, pick some other Daniel Craig in whatever that movie was, uh, Casino Royale. So, the bottom line being that most people don't need them to get to their goals anyways, but the point that I would like to make is just that the risks really outweigh the potential benefit. And that's why I'm anti-steroids. I don't think it's a smart move for people. I don't think it's safe. Um, and I think that you're taking your health into your hands. Now, if you do have low testosterone and stuff like that, by all means, go see your endocrinologist and, make sure you have medically supervised testosterone replacement therapy. And, that to me is a medical treatment. If you're diabetic, we give you insulin. If you have Addison's, we give you some form of cortisone. So, if you have hypogonadism, some type of testicular failure, a pituitary tumor, anything like that, where you no longer are producing testosterone, why would we deny you testosterone? We don't deny insulin to diabetics. So, like I said, no judgment or commentary on medical usage here. The only thing I want to express is that there is a risk, especially with the underground labs, and I just feel that that risk is greater than the potential for, what are you going to do? You're going to gain an extra 10 pounds faster. Most guys don't need them to get to the point where they're looking to get. If you are an elite level power lifter, or, you're a pro bodybuilder, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you at all. I'm talking to the average guy who's just trying to lose a little fat and look a little more muscular. And those guys definitely do not need to take drugs to get to that goal. And so, therefore, the potential risk is greater than the potential gain. Cool?